There are quite a lot of research on Asian women being fetishized more than Asian men. Asian women are considered demure, and there's no shortage of yellow fever. Yes, I am aware of the research on East Asian fetish, and I've read articles on it, and I'm also well aware of the fact that East Asian women are fetishized far more than East Asian men, having also seen the research that us East Asian men are at the bottom of the pile when it comes to dating prospects. Although I have observed recently that East Asian men are finally having a moment thanks to K-pop, Korean drama and all that. Now that we're finally getting some media representation, some visibility, people are noticing our existence more. I would say, however, that across the board, regardless of ethnicity, the concept of fetishization just isn't an issue for men. For example, in the Western world, many East Asian women will only date Caucasian men, but those Caucasian men do not feel fetishized by East Asian women. They just accept that these women are attracted to them for whatever reason. There's nothing weird about it. It's not a kink or a perversion, which is what fetish is, right? Well, actually, I say that it's not an issue for men, but I've noticed that in recent years, fetishization is a big issue on the gay scene. A lot of Gen Z gays believe that if you have an attraction for black guys or Latino guys or Oriental guys or Asian guys, that it's a fetish and not just an attraction. But in my day, speaking as a Gen Xer, attraction was just attraction, whereas fetish was a kink. To qualify as a fetish, something had to be abnormal, bizarre, twisted. But being attracted to blondes or redheads or big booty Latinas wasn't considered a fetish, it was just an attraction because there was nothing bizarre about it. So I guess maybe I just don't understand this fetish thing because I'm not Gen Z. And yes, I understand your point that being attracted to someone from a particular group because you believe a stereotype about that group, such as the stereotype you've mentioned that East Asian women are demure, is what makes it a fetish. And of course, I don't deny that stereotypes about East Asian women do exist, just as there are stereotypes about black women and Latino women. But how could you possibly know when you first meet someone what stereotyped views they hold about your ethnicity? And when you meet a man who prefers to date East Asian women, how do you know that that's based on stereotypes he holds and not the fact that he just finds East Asian women beautiful, or he enjoys East Asian culture and food? At what point does it cross over to being what you label yellow fever instead of a natural, healthy attraction? And if an East Asian woman only dates Caucasian men, is that called white fever? Or when somebody prefers to date black people? Actually, back in the day, that was called jungle fever. There was a Spike Lee film in the early 90s called Jungle Fever about just that. And I'm sure you'll agree, just like yellow fever, that term sounds awfully racist today. But that's my point. Why does Gen Z see it as a fever, as in an illness, or a fetish, as in a kink or a perversion, when people are attracted to us because we're not white? Because you can talk about Asian fetish and black fetish and Latino fetish, but there are far more people who will only date Caucasians, and yet that's not considered a fetish. Why is that? Are they more deserving than us? Is there something wrong with people who fancy us, but not them?